Adonai Marabu.
Parashat Noach, or Chaos and Creation 2.0. God will flood the wicked world. Righteous Noah builds an ark to save his family and those animals. A dove returns to the ark with an olive branch, showing the waters have receded. God promises to never destroy the world again with a flood, marked by a rainbow in the sky. Generations later, people try to build the Tower of Babel, but God scatters them. Let me read to you the opening verse from the Parsha, which also basically introduces us to Noah. It says, "This is the line of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God." The Talmud takes up the question, what does the phrase "in his generation" mean? Two rabbis interpret it completely differently. For Rabbi Yochanan, Noah was special in his generation, but not in others. That is, he was an all-star, but not a Hall of Famer, not an all-time great. But for Reish Lakish, it was the opposite. Noah was righteous in his generation, and all the more so in any generation. For Rabbi Yochanan, who says that Noah was righteous then, but not for all time, perhaps he has Abraham in mind as a foil. And what's interesting is we have an apples-to-apples comparison between the two biblical characters. Both of them were confronted with the imminent destruction of a wicked society, and they each respond differently. Noah was completely, utterly silent. Never said a word. Didn't speak up to God, say, "Please save them." Didn't speak up to his neighbor or say, "Please turn things around." But Abraham spoke up loud and clear. When he was confronted with the destruction of the corrupt cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, he said, "God, it's not fair for you to destroy the righteous with the wicked." And the rabbis in the Jewish tradition applaud Abraham, rank him first. But for Reish Lakish, perhaps he had in mind that if Noah had the moral stamina to be righteous in a time when no one else was, in any other generation where there were good people, he would have been even more so. After all, Noah was the only person in the whole Torah called Tzaddik, righteous. So which was it? We can't be sure. The Talmud doesn't solve this debate. It can't be resolved. It reminds me of debates I hear on sports radio, when people talk about stars of yesteryear and try to insert them into professional sports today. Like Babe Ruth, the epic baseball player who played in the early 1900s. Would he have been a star today, head and shoulders above the others like he was then, or just an average player? You can make both cases. I think that these conversations show that we are a product of our generation. We are always influenced by our peers, for bad, but also for good. And I think that this outlook should keep us balanced today. Each of us has certain skills, qualities, traits, and when we feel that we are the best at something, we should remember they're not. Others are better. But when we feel that we're nothing special, we should recall that's not true either. In other places, we have something special to offer. Stay balanced.